Hello my lovelies, so welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Marian. I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you grabbed a snack, stayed for a while, and click the subscribe button. I would love to have you. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you more than you know. So as you could tell by the title of the video, today we're going to play around with all of the bronzers that I have purchased in 2023 so far. We got cream, we got powder, we got some duos. Like, it's a little bit of everything and I'm excited. I enjoy bronzer. I definitely feel like it's a product that can make or break your face. It sculpts your face. It helps sculpt your face. So I personally do enjoy bronzer, and there are so many amazing bronzers out there on the market. I'm going to test out all of the ones that I have purchased for 2023 and let you know if any of them are worth your money. If you would like to see all of those bronzers in action and what my thoughts are on each one of them, then just go ahead and keep watching. Okay, my lovelies, hair is pulled back. I have foundation and concealer, no powder, except in my under eyes. I used the Wayne Goss Luxury Cream Foundation and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer, and only powdered my under eyes with the NARS Pressed Powder. I checked my list and it's 13 bronzers that I've purchased since the beginning of this year. Some of them are new releases that were launched this year and some of them are new to me. So let's get started because I have a feeling this video might be really long. All of my kiddos are awake downstairs with a snack, watching TV.
Whatever I can get so that they can give me a tiny bit of peace so I can get through filming this video.
Okay, so first one we're going to jump into is the Victoria Beckham. This is a fairly new release and this is the Contour Stylist. She only came out with 4 or 5 shades. Okay, so I have 2 shades, but we're only going to use one today. Technically, this isn't a bronzer, it's a contour, but one of the shades here I feel is more of a bronzer than a contour. So I have the first shade, which is Travertine, and the second shade, which is Marble. Marble is a tiny bit more of like a mahogany dark brown kind of shade. I'm just gonna do a slight swatch because I'm not gonna use this one. We're not going to use this one today. We're going to use the one that is a contour. I am including it because there's not too many contouring shades that I buy, so it's right here. So we're going to use this right here and right here. I do enjoy this formula, but it is very expensive for the amount of product
that you get.
We're going to use this Refi brush and I'm going to use the smaller side. I do enjoy the formula. I think the formula is very pretty, super easy to use, but I would definitely suggest purchasing this on a sale because it's just too much for what you get. And I understand the logic behind it. Victoria Beckham loves to contour. She loves to be precise, especially when it comes to like the nose contouring, and the shape of that pen stylus is perfect for that. It's just too expensive for how much product you get, you know? Okay, so the Victoria Beckham Contour Stylist is on. Very, very subtle shade, but very pretty and natural. Okay, the next one I have here is an 4:1 and it's from e.l.f. The Luminous Putty Bronzer. The video on this is at the beginning of the year, so that's why I'm including it. I honestly don't even know exactly when this was launched, and I'm gonna put this right here. I'm going to try and apply as many bronzers as I can before I have to wipe my face. Now we're gonna use the fluffy side of this Refi brush. This is a nice bronzer. I enjoy it. I haven't picked it up for a little bit. I did enjoy it. Day Trip is the shade and I think it's a good bronzing shade for me. So if you are around my skin tone and you've been wanting to try this, I do enjoy the shade Day Trip. And the luminosity is very subtle. It reminds me of how like goldy bronzy the bronzers used to be back in the day. See it? This is the e.l.f. right here. So pretty. I don't think everyone would love this. I've enjoyed it. You can definitely tell that I have used this. It's a good one. I feel like e.l.f. doesn't disappoint too often. Okay, the next one is from Tarte, and it is the Man Eater, I think, Silk Stick. I have it in the shade Sundown, which is the second to last shade, and this one pulls a tiny bit more neutral on me, so I'm going to use it as a contouring kind of shade, just because that way I can get all of the cream bronzers on this one take. Okay, let's go in with this Sephora 99 brush. I did clean all of my brushes for this. If you own the Rare Beauty, I did do a comparison between this Tarte one and the Rare Beauty. It's pretty much the same thing. Good formula, easy to work with, absolutely love it. It does turn from cream to powder. So yeah, I've been enjoying it, and I have actually been enjoying this shade better than the one that I have from Rare Beauty, which is Happy Soul. Okay, that's what we're looking like so far. Now we're going to jump into this Give Beauty, the Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. Toastin', which I believe is the second to lightest shade, is the one that I have. On me, this shade pulls a tiny bit more like yellowy, and so for me it's more of a bronzer, a cream bronzer, than an actual contour. I didn't even swatch the Tarte. Okay, so this is the Give Beauty right here, and this is the Tarte right here. So Tarte, Give Beauty, e.l.f. and the Victoria Beckham. It pulls warm on me, so I use this as a bronzing duo. I don't use it as a contour and bronzer duo. BK Beauty 111. It's a nice formula. The only issue I have with this is that it smells like so perfumey. I mean, way too much. They put way too much fragrance in this. So it blends out very nice, very soft, very, very pretty. Okay, the next two I think are the favorite cream ones that I have tried for this year. One of them I have already tried the formula, so technically it's not new, but it's a new product to me for this year, and it is the Chanel. So they released the mini travel sizes, which I personally prefer. It is more likely that I will use more of this component than the big jumbo one. And also I did not have this shade. So this is the Soleil Tan Bronze, and the one I have is the Soleil Tan Medium. So the lightest out of the only 3 shades that they have to offer. Great formula, super soft, turns from cream to powder. Like, it is such a good formula. I do enjoy this. I think Chanel has done a phenomenal job with this as far as the formula goes. They do need to work on the shade range. Okay, I went ahead and cleaned my Sephora 99 brush, and we're gonna use that to blend this one. So the Soleil Tan Medium has a little bit of a reddish undertone, and I do enjoy it. It works well, but this one also works pretty well. I'm just glad I have both shades now, and I will definitely use a lot more of this product than I will of the big jumbo one. See, very, very natural. Okay, and the last cream for this video is the new Vive one, and I think she did a phenomenal job with this. This is the shade medium. I believe she came out with 4 or 5 different shades. It's a pretty new product. I believe this is like a 2-week-old launch, but I've really been enjoying it. I do have to tread a tiny bit softly because the medium is pretty pigmented. Okay, I need to swatch. I forget to swatch. Okay, so right now I'm gonna swatch the Vive, and that's this one right here. See how much darker it is than all the other ones. And I'll swatch the Chanel next to that, just so you can tell. Chanel right here, and the Vive. Yeah, pretty dark. All right, I have here this Sigma F23 in gold brush, and she did a phenomenal job with this formula. It is so nice. No fragrance, blends out pretty easy. And I feel like you can sheer it out or you can build it up. Okay, so that is it for the cream bronzers that I have purchased so far in 2023. And I would say that they all look very, very pretty. None of them were a disappointment at all. Okay, now we're going to move on to powders. Okay, so I just patted the extra foundation that I had on my sponge, and then I went ahead and powdered just to take off some of that pigment from all the cream bronzers I had. Okay, powder bronzers. For these, there's quite a few that I do really enjoy. And like I mentioned, some of these are new launches and some are new to me. Let's go ahead and start with the Give Beauty. I already used the cream portion, and now we're going to use the powder. And I feel like this is a pretty warm tone bronzer, straight to the point. The only thing that I dislike about this is, one, the cream portion does not have a little cover, so the powder is going to get onto it.
And also the smell again.
Okay, so this is the Sigma F23. I did clean this off, and this is a good brush to use both for cream and powder. I see how it's a pretty warm bronzer, but it's actually pretty. Like I said, I do really enjoy this Give formula. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, and here's a swatch of the Give Beauty one. Toastin is the shade, which is the second to lightest shade. Now, this new MAC Cosmetics one, it's the matte skin finish bronzer. So this was released and then take it down, I think, within 24 hours. Apparently there was an odd smell. Mine still smells fine. It smells like makeup. Doesn't have a weird scent to it. I have the shade here, medium golden, and I actually do enjoy this bronzer. I went with medium golden because the other one that I have from the original formula from MAC is not dark enough. I do have to really build it up. I have been enjoying this bronzer from MAC Cosmetics. It's a good one. They did a good job. We're going to use this F10 Sigma brush, and we're going to apply it up here. The finish is really nice. It's pretty natural. I do still have to build it up a tiny bit, but not as much as the shade before this. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I think it's a pretty, pretty one. I'm hoping if you purchased this, yours doesn't start to smell. Okay, the next one was actually a pleasant surprise because I ended up really enjoying it, and it's from NARS. So basically it's the original Laguna, but this is talc free. And I do have the original Laguna, and I honestly prefer this formula than the original. I don't know why, I just do. I have the shade Laguna 02, which I believe is the original Laguna shade. This is the Sigma 60. And it's just such, like, the formula is so pretty. It's so soft. Let me swatch it before I forget. I probably could have gone with the shade after this, but I just wasn't sure with the talc free if the shades were going to run darker. Here's Laguna 02. Very, very pretty. I would say it's more of a matte satin kind of finish, but it's a beautiful, beautiful formula. Okay, the next one is not a new launch, but it's a new bronzer to me, and that is from Natasha Denona, and it's a mini, you know? Okay, so this is the mini Bronze and Glow. Sadly, it only comes in one shade, and this is the bronzer in here. It's a little bit on the red tone side. Yeah. Just it's like a red pink tone. See it? Like, you could probably almost pull it off as like a blush. That's how red pink it is. This is a MAC 137S, and I'm going to apply this up here. Other than the reddish pink undertone, I do feel like it's a good formula, but can you see like the reddish pink undertone? So pretty. Okay, let me take this off, and I have 4 powder bronzers left, and we'll be done with this video. Okay, canvas is ready for more powder bronzer, and I only have 4 left, but I did want to mention this Dior. So the Dior 2023 spring/summer collection, or it might have been the summer collection, Honestly, I don't remember. The only special thing about this is the packaging. It's different from like the original Dior packaging, and it's the same formula. It's not new. I did purchase it this year, but I am familiar with the formula of that bronzer. Okay, now for the last 4, and some of these are pretty luxurious. The Tom Ford bronzer. This is the Glow Bronzer in 02 Terra. My beautiful best friend that lives in California gave me 2 Macy's gift cards, and I decided to pick this up because I've been wanting to pick it up for quite some time. It's a good bronzer. It is a good bronzer. I do wish they had more than just 2 shades because, as you could see, that's not dark.
That's not very dark.
We're going to jump into this NARS bronzer brush, and this is gonna go right here, but you're gonna see just how pretty this formula is because it literally leaves my cheeks looking just so pretty. Very natural. I enjoy this shade. I'm glad I went with this one instead of the other one. I would say this is more of a neutral bronzer on me. Okay, the next one is from House Labs, and it is the Powder Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. I have it in medium level 5. This is actually a really nice formula, and it's also an interesting one. So when you swatch it, it feels like a cream, but it's a powder. It's right here. It's pretty like warm reddish tone. Okay, I'm going to jump into that MAC 137S brush. I did clean this off. I have enjoyed this, I think. It's a pretty formula. Lady Gaga did great with this. Okay, the next one is from Surat, and this is the Artistique Bronzer in Soleil Dew. Sadly, they only came out with 2 shades, one that's more warm tone and one that's more neutral. A little disappointing because this is actually a really good formula. It reminds me a lot of the Victoria Beckham bronzer brick. It's that good. It's pretty expensive. And gosh, I just wish that they added more shades. This is the Vive Powder and Bronze Brush, the 127. You see that? So pretty. It's right here. But yeah, a very pretty bronzer. Okay, and last but certainly not least, Miss McGrath. This is the, what is this? The Skin Fetish Divine Bronzer. Bronze Dawn is the shade I purchased. I believe it's the 3rd or 2nd to lightest shade. I don't remember. I think it's the 3rd because I think the 2nd to lightest shade is more of a neutral, and this one's like a pretty like golden honey kind of shade. Is it a pretty bronzer? Yes, it is. She did a good job because it is a pretty bronzer, but I have not picked this up all that much. This is the Sigma and Samantha Tapered Contour Brush. Yeah, it didn't wow me like I thought it was going to. Okay, let me go ahead and finish off the rest of my face real quick, and then we'll end this very bronzy video. All right, my lovelies, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed me swatching every single bronzer I have purchased for the year 2023 so far. Who knows if we'll be getting some more, or if there'll be other ones that I decide to purchase. All right, well, I think my face and my makeup looks beautiful. I would love to know if you purchased any of the bronzers that I featured in this video. Do you love them? Do you hate them? I think every single one I tried was a hit. With that being said, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. All the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly does mean the world to me. Okay, so don't forget to give this video a big ol' thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it, and you would definitely help me out in the algorithm of hopefully bringing some new and fresh eyes to my channel. And if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you joined my small YouTube family by clicking the subscribe button. I would love to have you. All right, my lovelies, I will see you all on the next video. Bye.